Hi, I'm Bob Kendrick, and this is Storied, 22 stories in 22 weeks about the history of the Negro Leagues. Well, one of my favorite displays here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum is called Beauty of the Game. Beauty of the Game celebrates the little-known but very profound role that women had in the Negro Leagues. I don't know if you were aware that there were 3 women to play professionally in the Negro Leagues: Toni Stone, Connie Morgan, and Mamie Peanut Johnson. Pioneers, women who competed with and against the men in the 1950s. As a matter of fact, Toni Stone would become the first of those women to play in the Negro Leagues. She took the roster place of someone you've probably heard his name before, Henry Aaron. Yet Toni Stone would take Henry Aaron's roster place with the Clowns and then would later be followed by Mamie Peanut Johnson, the only female pitcher in the history of professional baseball, and then Connie Morgan. But then you also had women who were leaders, executives in the Negro Leagues, most notably Effa Manley. Effa Manley and her husband Abe owned the Newark Eagles, but it was Mrs. Manley who ran the day-to-day operations of that baseball team. She knew the business of baseball as well as any man. Great talent play for her. My dear friend, the late great Monty Irvin, Larry Doby, Leon Day, Willie Wells, all in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Don Newcomb should be in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. All played for Effa Manley's Newark Eagles. She's the first woman to be nominated and inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. And so for me, it strikes me that here's a story born out of segregation that would become the driving force for social change in this country. Here's a story born out of exclusion that would become perhaps this nation's most inclusive entity. You see, they didn't care what color you were, and they didn't care what gender you were. After all, that's the way it should be. I'm Bob Kendrick, and this has been Storied. 22 amazing stories of the Negro Leagues in 22 amazing weeks. Thanks so much for coming along on the ride. I hope you enjoyed it, and more importantly, I hope you learned something.